Hi, Karen from Craftykarendesigns here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fun fold card. I made this one a few days ago and put it up on my blog and on my Facebook page. And I really liked it, and I've had a lot of good feedback on it, and people asked me for a tutorial, but I think it's a little bit small. And the tutorial that I saw, which gave me the inspiration for this, was one by a lady called Dawn Griffiths, and she's an Australian demonstrator. I think she's Australian, and using different size cardstock to what we have, so it's slightly smaller than what we would do. So although I like this one, I thought I'd have a go at changing it up a bit. So I've done one that's a 6x6 card, so I'll put that one to one side and I'll show you this one. This one's a 6x6, and I've used one of the current in colours, Pretty Peacock, and the beautiful Brightly Gleaming Speciality Designer Series paper and some copper foil, and I've used the stitched shaped squares and some of the Delicata, what's it called, Delicata Celestial Copper ink to decorate it with. And when you open it up, it looks like a storybook inside. It's quite easy. It's fiddly, but it's quite easy as long as you take it slowly. So I thought I'd have a go at showing you how to do it. So let's crack on with it. So I'll put that to one side. So first of all, you need a piece of cardstock, which is 6 inches by 12 inches. And as I said, I've used Pretty Peacock. You can fold that in half. And just burnish that to make a 6x6 card base. So put that to one side for a minute. Then you need another piece of matching cardstock, which measures 11 3/4, which is our A4 by 5 3/4. And this is the bit that you make the mechanism with. So I'll show you how to do that. So you need your trimmer. And as I said, it's not difficult, it's just a bit fiddly, so you just need to think about it and take your time. So you need to go with the 5 3/4 inch edge, put it up against the top of the trimmer. Is that in shot? Can't see because the sun's shining. And bring it up at the 1 inch mark. And what you want to do, you need to cut from 1 inch to 10 3/4 inches down this side. So first of all, sorry, bear with me while I get a pencil. What I've done to make it a little bit simpler, on the edge of each edge, I've marked it at 1 inch, just so I can see. And I've marked it 1 inch from the other end. Just a little pencil mark like that, just to make it a bit easier to see what you're doing. So then you put that up to the 1 inch mark, and you stand up to do it. Get that straight. That's it. And then there's a mark on the edge of your trimmer pointer, so you get that at the 1 inch and pull it all the way down to the 10 3/4, which is there, and then just flip it round and do it again. So from the 10 3/4 up to the inch. There you go. Then you need to turn it on the long side And now you need to score it. So you can either score it with the scoring blade on your trimmer if it's got one, or with the with your score. It's called scoring tool, through the gap in the trimmer blade. So first of all, you need to put it up to 1 inch, and you're scoring between the 2 cut lines like that, and then move it along to 2 inches, and again score between the 2 cut lines like that. You move it along to 3.5, and this time you're scoring above and below the cut line. So it's just the top inch and the bottom inch, like that. And then move it up to 6 inches, sorry, 5 7/8, and score it right the way through. And the easiest thing to do is to flip it round and do exactly the same from the other side. So again, 1 inch between the 2 cut lines, then 2 inches, and then along to 3.5, and you're doing the bit above and below the cut lines this time. You don't need to do the centre one because you've already done it. So it should look something like that. Oh, it should look exactly like that. So now what you need to do is the middle section of the centre fold back that way, because that's going to be the centre of your book. These 2 centre ones come out this way. Those 2 go that way. And these 2 go that way. And then at each end, you bring the first one in and the second one out, because that's going to be like the edge of your book, like that. So again, that one in, that one out. So it's going to look like that. When you look down on the top of it, it should look like that. Okay, hope that makes sense. All the measurements and the instructions will be over on my blog at craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com a little bit later on today. Now for the decoration. We'll put that to one side for a minute. You need, to cover this bit, you need 2 pieces which are, let's see, 3.5 inch squared, which are going to go on there like the pages of the book. And then you need 2 pieces which are 7/8 of an inch by 3.5, which are going to go there for the edge. And I'm going to stamp on just one of these. You can stamp on both of them. I did on this one, but then it didn't leave very much room to write your message. I know I could have put something on the back, but I thought this time I'll just stamp on one half of it and leave the other half to write your message on. So I'm using the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, and I'm going to use, for the inside, I'm going to use "May this special season be wrapped in love and joy," and then for the front, I'm going to use this "Merry Christmas." So I'm going to use this Delicata Celestial Copper ink. I really like this metallic ink. It's not quite as shiny as embossing, but it is lovely. Let's put plenty on. Try and get that in the centre. There you go. You can see it catching the light. It's really quite pretty. So I'll put that away for a minute and we'll glue these pieces onto here and then they can be drying. So we'll just adhere these to the centre of the card with my favourite wet glue, Tombow. Just try and get that as central as you can. If you've got a stamp or an embossing folder that's got lines on it, or maybe even the subtles, which I don't have, could emboss that or stamp to try and make it look like the pages of a book. Unfortunately, I don't have any stamp sets that would do that, and I don't have the subtles embossing folder either. I don't have many embossing folders. It's not something I do a lot of. And it's not because I don't like it, it's just I forget about it. I do like the effect when it's done. I just never think about it till it's too late, till I've finished. Well, I hope it's a nice sunny day where you are. It's glorious here. Starting to go a bit chillier now. It's getting a bit late in the afternoon. But earlier on this afternoon while I was out shopping, it was gorgeous. Just wiggle that about a bit, come on. You have to be careful with the ink that you don't smudge it until it's dry, because it just takes a few minutes to dry. So we'll set that to one side over there for now, while we decorate the front. So this time I'm going to use this pretty peacock one with the gold foil pattern on it. I think it's really pretty. I do like the other side as well. But I'm going to go with the gold foil one, and I'm going to put it on top. Sorry, copper foil. Put it on top of a piece of copper foil. So we'll add that to the front. Got that as centrally as you can, leaving a little border all the way around. Try not to get too many fingerprints on it. And then we'll add this to the top of that. I do think it's really pretty, this Brightly Gleaming DSP. It's lovely. And I'm liking all this copper. It's a nice change from just the silver and the gold. So then for the front, we need to stamp Merry Christmas. So we've got some more ink. Scrap of this Very Vanilla. Oops, that's a bit wonky, but it'll be alright because I'm going to cut it out on the die cutting machine. I'll leave that to one side to dry, and by the magic of YouTube, here's one I did earlier. And I've cut that out with a square stitched shape framelit, and I've done a copper one as well. So I think I will put those together with dimensionals. Just to give it a bit of height. Because it's a special one and it's Christmas, we'll have a few dimensionals on. Don't show Donna Lester, she'll be shouting at me. Put that in the middle of there. And we'll put some on the back of that as well. Now, because the other version of this that I did was full of Christmas decorations, I didn't think that needed anything else. But I think I might put a Christmas tree on this as well. So instead of putting this right in the middle, in the centre of the card, I'm going to put it towards the top in the middle. And using the new Christmas tree punch, I've punched out a tree in the copper, and I think I might put that on dimensionals and put that there. So I need some mini dimensionals for that. Stops my nails. I do love these dimensionals, but you find these papers absolutely everywhere. Put that in the middle, like that. I think that's really pretty. So now we need to put the inside onto that. So if you turn it over, you need to put glue around this section here and this section here. Don't put glue anywhere near on the middle bit or on this bit, because then it won't work. Just put some around the other side. This glue's almost running out. Should be okay. Turn it over and make sure you've got it the right way up. And the middle fold needs to be on top of the middle fold of the card itself, card base. And try and get it with the same border all the way around. Just press it down lightly at first. That's about right. So then just smoosh the glue about on those bits. Don't press too hard on the front, because of course you've got your sentiment on the front. Probably should have done that after I've done this bit. And there you go. And it doesn't fold up completely flat, so we will need a little bit of padding in your envelope, otherwise it will get squished. So you're probably better giving this to somebody rather than putting it in the post. But there you go. That's one. There's one, there's the other. I'm sure that will go down a bit. I don't want to press it too hard because it's not completely dry yet. But that's better. There's 2, and there's the one that gave me the inspiration in the first place. Hope you'll give it a try. It's much easier than I've possibly made it look. The instructions are over on my blog at craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.